Aquila is a bright constellation at the equatorial sky, and the brightest star is Altair. Aquila means eagle. According to Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 1, Part 1, The Structure of the Universe, written by Ian Ridpath and John R. Shakespeare, on the page 48. If you click this video away, then please tell me what the reason for it was, so that I can improve. Otherwise, hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn space science today, Aquarius, Aquila, and after that Arcturus. And after we've done that, we're going to do body center training. And if you participate in the body center training, then it's at your own risk, and we have just dictionary entries. Aquarius, a constellation of the zodiac seen in the autumn sky. Its name means the water carrier. Aquarius contains no particular bright stars. It is a constellation of the zodiac. We once looked at it already. Let's take one look at it again. A band of 12 constellations through which the sun passes each year. These do not coincide with the constellations named after the signs of the zodiac used by astrologers. The two were identical about 2000 years ago, when the constellations were established by Greek astronomers, but have moved apart since because of the wobbling of the Earth on its axis, called precession, which slowly changes the apparent path of the sun in front of the stars. The zodiac is just a band of 12 constellations, and one of these constellations is Aquarius. Aquarius is a constellation of the zodiac seen in the autumn sky. Its name means the water carrier. Aquarius contains no particularly bright stars. The so-called Age of Aquarius will be in about 600 years' time. The sun, as it moves north of the celestial equator. At the start of spring, will then be in front of Aquarius. In front? Would it not be more spectacular if it's behind it? Why is it important that it's in front? It's not when the sun blocking it, and it will be more good visible. Let's take one look at precision. A wobbling of the Earth in space, like the wobbling of a spinning top. Precession arises because the Earth's axis is tilted and because there's a bulge around the equator. The gravitational pulls of the Sun and Moon on the bulge make the Earth's axis swing around in space once every 26,000 years, a cycle of precession. The Earth's axis therefore traces out a circle on the sky. During this period, which means that the pole star changes with time, the two positions at which the sun's path crosses the celestial equator, the time of the equinoxes, also move around the sky during the same period of time. This motion is called the precession of the equinoxes. I don't really understand it. So the Earth's axis is tilted. The Earth is not standing straight basically in space. Maybe you see a globe there like that always. But what is even the axis? That must be the thing with the North Pole. The North Pole is where the axis comes out, and the South Pole is where the axis comes out. But it happens not to be on top of a planet, but the point where the North is a bit to the side. Is it that? The gravity, and where is the bulge around the equator? The gravitational pulls of the Sun and Moon on the bulge make the Earth axis swing around in space. What does it mean? It swings around in space. I don't understand that part. So the equator is a bit bigger, do they say? That makes a bit sense. And where are the Sun and Moon pulling at with gravitation? And that makes it swing around in space. And I don't like that is the part which I don't understand. and with every 26,000 years. The Earth's axis therefore traces out a circle on the sky during this period. Aquarius. The age of Aquarius will be in about 600 years of time. The Sun, as it moves north of the celestial equator at the start of spring, will then be in front of Aquarius. And the Sun will be when in front of it moves up the celestial, will be in front of Aquarius. Can we say that makes what sense? Not really. Let's move on. Aquila. Aquila, a bright constellation of the equatorial sky in the Milky Way. The main star of Aquila, which means the eagle, is Altair. We did Altair already. Altair, the brightest star in the constellation of Aquila. It forms with the stars Vega and Deneb, the so-called summer triangle visible in the northern hemisphere. And Aquila is a bright constellation of the equatorial sky in the Milky Way. The main star of Aquila, which means the eagle, is Altair. We could say that. I think we could say that. Aquila is a constellation out of the stars Vega, Deneb and Altair. It is a bright constellation. Aquila means Vega. It is Vega, Deneb and Altair. Deneb? Deneb. I'm going to start the second camera and try to say it. Aquila is a bright constellation of the equatorial sky, and these are the stars Altair and Deneb and Vega. Altair is the brightest one, and these three are. No, let's take one look what we want to say. Altair, the brightest star in the constellation of Aquila. It forms with the stars Vega and Deneb the so-called summer triangle. They don't say that Vega and Deneb are part of the Aquila thing. We said that in the Aquila presentation, in the Altair presentation. The brightest star in the constellation of Aquila. It forms with the stars Vega and Deneb the so-called summer triangle visible in the northern hemisphere. They don't say that. Aquila is a bright constellation at the equatorial sky, and the brightest star is Altair. Aquila means eagle. According to Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 1, Part 1, The Structure of the Universe, written by Ian Ridpath and John R. Shakespeare, on the page 48. And to the last thing, don't really have time left, but let's read it at least. Arcturus, a red giant. More than 250 times the diameter of the Sun. That thing is 250 times as big as the Sun. And about 36 light years away from the Sun. It is the brightest star in the constellation of Boaz, which means the herdsman, and the fourth brightest star in the sky. Let's go to birds. Birds. The name means the herdsman. This constellation of the northern sky is seen in spring. Its brightest star is Arcturus. So Arcturus, it is a red giant, so a very big star, which is burning very strongly. It has a diameter of 250 times of the Sun. It is 36 light years away from the Earth, and it is part of a constellation of birds, and that means herdsmen. And it is also the fourth brightest. So we're having 250, 36, and 4. We'll start again, right? Arcturus. universe is a red giant, and it is a big and bright glowing one. It has a diameter of 250 times of the Sun, so very, very big. It is 36 light years away from the Sun, and it is the fourth brightest star at the sky visible from Earth, and it's part of a Birds constellation, which Birds means herdsman. According to the Reader's Digest, Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 1, Part 1, Structure of the Universe, written by Ian Ridpath and John R. Shakeshift, on the page 14. Let's look at it. What would have been the other thing? Aquarius. A constellation of the zodiac seen in this autumn sky. Its name means the water carrier. Aquarius contains no particularly bright stars. Okay, maybe we're going to do it in the next part. That was the space science one. If you were here for space science, you can go directly to the next part of space science where we will continue with something like that. If you stay here and participate in the body center training, then it's with the QXWYOWRG. One will be an exercise previously. A nonchalant dancing elephant. Hip width apart with the legs, down into the knees, flex the legs and press them together. Straighten one leg. Bend it again. Press together, flex, and straighten the other leg. And bend it. And up. A bit further apart. Down into the knees, flex and press together, and over to one side. So it is straightening the leg again. Over into the middle, press together, flex. Over to the other side, straighten the other leg. And back. Up a bit closer together, press to the outside now. The locomotive unwilling to derail exercise. And next exercise. Leg up, right angle of the leg, flex foot. Even line tips toward up with the back and press on the top against the knee. And from the side. And press up and to the side. And press from the side and up slowly. Close again. Now, other leg up and press from the top. And from the side. Slash and back slash exercise. And press up and to the side, the boat lock exercise. And press from the side a heavy swing door. Close again. And now 3 exercises on the ground. First, side plank on the elbow. So just on the elbow. And now if you like and can, on one leg up. And now a swing on the long arm. One arm out, leg up, and pull the knee to the elbow. And over to the other side. First on the elbow. And if you like and can, one leg up. And again on the long arm. Arm out, leg up, pull the knee to the elbow. And back in the middle. The garden gnome exercise. Heel onto the ground, pull the toes in, move the leg from left to right. Other one, heel onto the ground, pull the toes in, move. And one leg up, the mushroom. And now the waving mushroom, toes up and down. Our leg. And the waving mushroom. And the crane, take the leg at the ankle, straight back, knee down to the ground. Change. Straight back, knee down to the ground. Legs wide apart, breathe in, go down. The trunk catalyst. And breathe out. In and up. Out. Breathe in and close the legs. And breathe in and out. That was the body center training. Thank you very much, and until next time.